of them last night.
It's a strike there. When was the one time she didn't get on base?
That was her third plate appearance in the series opener on Thursday. That was when she had a pop out to short. I'll have to get my scorebook during our first break of the night to get confirmation on that. But that was the only time Jefferson was retired against the Vibe in this series.
1-2. Jefferson fouls it off. She went 5 for 5 last night in the victory. Leading the league in hitting.
By the way, Eric,
here 1-2.
By the way, she's got an elite on-base hit in all 4 games of this homestand so far.
That one missed. It's 2-2. 2-2. It's there, 3-2.
Good looking pitch by Sokolsky, trying to get that outside part of home plate. Jefferson with a good eye and is rewarded with ball 3.
Payoff pitch from Sokolsky. Low ball 4. And once again, Jefferson gets on base, this time via the walk.
I mean, if you're Sokolsky, you walk Jefferson, but in a way, with the way she's been hitting, you'll kind of take it as a small victory because it's not a leadoff double and sets things up for Woolery.
Coco takes a ball, 1-0 the count. So let's update that stat, Vic. I mean, she still hasn't been retired, except for once.
Except for once in this series, yes.
That is incredible. That's a strike. I'm trying to remember, did she get a hit in the last at bat of the first game?
She did.
So she was currently now on a 6 consecutive hits. Official at bats. Butt attempt, throw to first in time. Close play as Coco tries to butt there to try to butt herself over. And just got beat out. Let's take a look.
Right in front of it. Great job in front of home plate by Nugent. And just retires Woolery. Round number 1, but Woolery does the job. Here comes Jasmine Jackson.
Jackson takes a strike. Jackson, of course, hit a home run in last night's victory to right field. Hitting here with Jefferson at second base and 1 out. Fouls that back.
I think the big thing, Eric, going into last night's game was how would the Smoke lineup look without Morgan Howe, who left Thursday night series opener after rolling over her ankle, so she is not available for tonight's game. But the Smoke picked up where they left off. And Sokolsky just misses into the knees 1 and 2. Which again, Eric, shows you the depth of bats available for Trip McKay and the Atlanta Smoke.
Oh, that's a strikeout. What a catch. What? Nugent, that's pretty important there as she caught it off the ricochet there, or a bounce, to complete the strikeout for the second out here in the first.
That ball popped in and out of Nugent's glove. Watch. Had it, then lost it, and had the stick-to-itiveness to find it and get that strikeout. And more importantly, get the second out and keep Janae Jefferson at second base. So it'll be up to Kaylee Harding to try and get the Smoke on the board in the first inning.
See what Harding, 462 now on the season. Swing and misses, and Sokolsky ahead here. 0-2.
And I can tell Sokolsky's being much more aggressive against this Smoke lineup as opposed to when we saw her in the series opener on Thursday, trying to work around the plate and trying to force the Smoke to make some errors.
Harding to first, touching the bag, and the inning is over. A rarity. Sokolsky shuts down the Smoke, can only get a walk. They strain one. We're through one here in Lawrenceville. No score. Top of the second inning. No score between the Smoke and the Vibe. Here in game 3 of this 3-game series. The Smoke have won the series. They're trying to sweep. The Vibe trying to salvage a game. And the first pitch from Autumn is a swing and a miss. So it won the count. There's a bit of a smile there on Tarina Jones. Not sure what the smile was about there, but Jones, the rookie out of Duke here, stepping in. Deal one. Missed high, ball one. 1-1 the count. Vic, I kind of feel like if the Vibe had played in July 4th, this would be the jerseys they would wear, right? Like this is
absolutely.
Yeah.
Phenomenal jerseys to honor the 250th birthday of this nation.
Ball and 2 strikes, the count here to Jones. Will be followed by Nugent and then Callie Havlin. Here for the Vibe against Autumn Pease. That one got a piece of Jones, and she will reach with a hit by pitch here to start the top of the second.
Yeah, that got her on the, luckily that got on the side of her right foot, which is her back foot. You see Pease and Mason talking things over. We'll make sure they're not crossed up. Take a look at the defense for the Smoke. Coleman getting a start in left field tonight with no Morgan Howell available. Kayla Medlin in center with Jackson in right. Silent Rain Espinosa along at first base with Jefferson Woolery and Harding. As you see Janae anchoring this Smoke defense with Elizabeth Mason doing the catching for Autumn Pease.
First pitch, a strike. 0-1 the count to Nugent. So you got Jones at first base. Reach for it. A blooper that drops in there for a hit. Just out of the reach of Jefferson. And Nugent gets a single, and the Vibe have 2 on, nobody out here in the second.
You need plays like that if you want to avoid getting a sweep. And that was one of those plays where usually 7, 8 times out of 10, Janae Jefferson gets there, but that ball just kisses off the edge of her glove. And see how close that was to Janae possibly doubling up Jones, but instead it's first and second, no out, and a big opportunity for Hevelin for the Vibe.
Who tries a bunt and bunts foul. Yeah, you mentioned opportunity here. We'll see if Callie tries to bunt again here. Trying to advance the Vibes, 2 runners into scoring position. She takes all the way that time, and it's a ball, 1-1. Didn't show a sign of bunting there. The 1-1. Is tied to it when it didn't show bunt there again, Vic. So right now she's ahead 2-1.
That first pitch bunt attempt was probably something she saw in the defensive alignment on the left, particularly on that left side of the infield from the smoke, when she was trying to sneak a bunt down to try and catch them off guard. And then when she didn't execute, she went back to her regular approach.
Yeah, she takes that one high, and right now it's 3-1.
Come on, D! Come on, D! Hey, your best right here, AP. Here we go, AP.
The 3-1, that's low, ball 4. A walk, and they're loaded. Bases loaded and nobody out. A hit by pitch, a single, and now a walk. A good patience there by Callie, not to try to force the bunt there if that was even called, Vic, because by being very selective, she got herself a walk.
Now a big opportunity for Heather Arnett as Mason and Autumn Pease. I think for Mason, you just want to kind of calm Autumn down, if you will, because she has been uncharacteristically inefficient in terms of locating the strike zone. She's walked 2 batters now and has hit a batter, and also has a wild pitch. Now Heather Arnett with a big opportunity. The bases loaded, nobody out, and a chance to give the Vibe their first lead of the night.
Arnett, the rookie left-handed hitter, steps in, takes the strike, 0-1 to count.
Here we go, D, here we go.
That's missed there for a ball. 1-1 to count for Arnett. Hitting here with the bases loaded and nobody out.
If you're Arnett here, you just want to find a pitch from Pease that you can drive in the outfield that can allow Jones to score for good speed from third.
That's missed away, and it's 2-1.
Surprised we have not seen a visit to the circle so far in this inning from Smoke pitching coach Kat Tarvin. Hoping to let Mason and Pease kind of work out the situation together.
Arnett gets a piece of it, fouls it off, and it's 2-2. Of course, Arnett, Vic, a really good story. She's even in this spot, hitting in this situation, playing for the Vibe.
Yeah, I was a part of the developmental league, and after her game ended that morning, got the call from Vore, the Vibe owner, and let her know that she got signed up to the roster. And sure was a great moment for her.
Not a good moment there as Autumn went upstairs and got her with a strikeout. Big strikeout for the Autumn Pease, the former Big Ten all-conference performer, getting the strikeout for the first out here in the second.
And she climbed the ladder just ever so subtly, and Arnett could not catch up to it. That's a big first out, as the lineup will turn over with Abby Dayton.
Dayton swings away, fouls it off.
Hey, here we go. Be big, be big. Be big here, D.
Dayton single back in the first inning.
See ya.
Boy, you get the sense too, Vic, the way the game went last night, the vibe here really could use getting an early lead to get that confidence up.
And not only get the confidence up, but know that they can capitalize on opportunities like this against the Smoke.
It's a comebacker up the middle, a throw, home is out. They're going to say that Mason's foot stayed on home plate to get the force out for the second out of the inning.
It wouldn't surprise me, Eric, because of how close that play was. You may see Mike Scott use one of his 2 challenges here. Watch that right foot of Mason. Yep. Now, I think he'll probably, I wouldn't be surprised if he does challenge, because watch that right foot of Mason. I think it stayed on the bag long enough before that slide home from Jones.
How about Jefferson coming in there? Perfect position to come in. They are going to review it, Vic, so Mike Scott heard you. He's going to review it. I'm not sure he's going to win it, but it is a worthy challenge.
It's one of those situations where he's saying that Mason's right foot came off of home plate just enough for Jones to score. And this is probably the best vantage point the umpires are going to have. Watch the right foot of Mason. From that vantage point, it looks like that the toe stays on home plate enough after the Jefferson throw for that force out at the plate. Yeah, that right foot, a great camera shot by a phenomenal crew. I still see contact on home plate, Eric, so I think this call is going to stand.
Yep, it's confirmed. I think it's a good call. Good umpiring there.
So the Vibe have...
Did Mike Scott just get tossed?
No.
Or did
No,
he just angle there? What happened there?
No, what happened was they wanted to make sure that the call on the field was confirmed, which it was. So what happened was all the runners moved up their respective base, thinking that the call would be reversed and that Jones would be safe. But because Jones was still ruled out, the bases will be loaded with Nugent at third, Hevelin at second, and Dayton at first, and 2 outs.
2 outs. Yeah, 'cause you saw Mike Scott there having a word.
I think the umpire was pointing that the Vibe had 1 challenge remaining.
Okay.
Hey, you go, AP, here go. Hey, we got 2 now, we got 2 now.
Because the umpires always usually announce if it's a coach's challenge and the call stands that the team has 1 challenge left, and the umpire likely forgot to do that.
Here's another look, Victor.
Home plate umpire right there on it, and you see that's the great angle right there, because you still see the foot of Mason still on the outside half towards the left-handed box of home plate for that full fielder's choice. I mean, I don't mind the challenge whatsoever. Especially with a call that close, you hope that foot somehow lost contact with the plate. But as the umpire said, the call on the field was confirmed, and Jones is out 2-3 for those used, 4-2 for those used scoring at home.
2-1 the count. It's fouled off.
And all of a sudden, Eric, Autumn Pease finds herself 1 pitch away from working out of the bases loaded jam with no runs given up. She hit a batter, gave up a single to Nugent, walked Hevelin to load the bases, and then struck out Arnett. And of course, you just saw a few moments ago, as you see Bree Peck running at third for Nugent. That fielder's choice from Jefferson on a bang-bang play to play to force out Jones.
What I say, left side.
Ball's hit to left. It's carrying, but it's caught near the warning track by Coleman to retire the side. So the Vibe threatened, but Strand the bases loaded. We're through an inning and a half, still no score. There's a beautiful shot. Grizzlies softball complex here in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Home of the Atlanta Smoke. 4-0 this week in this complex. Get a chance to hit here in the bottom of the second, no score. Just to clean up some things from that last top half inning, Vic. No ejections. Mike Scott was just kind of pointing as the one, right? That was making sure everybody was on the same page.
Exactly. The home plate umpire, after the replay call was confirmed, the umpire had to signal that Florida had used their first challenge, and they had one challenge remaining.
I appreciate you following it. You know, I'm so used to in the collegiate game, if a coach points at an umpire, he gets ejected, you know, for whatever, no reason.
Well, usually it's the coach points at the umpire, and then the umpire makes a circling motion towards the nearest exit, and it looks like the music was still playing before Maddie Grimm stepped to the plate. It's 5-6-7 due up for the Smoke. Grimm, Mason, and Espinoza in the home second.
The Kent State Hall of Famer, Patty Grimm, takes ball one, 1-0 the count. Certainly interesting to see her reaction to Kent State as a new head coach. Coach Jacks, who had a great offense at Robert Morris, of course, was at Kent State at one point. Of course, Patty Grimm, regarded as the greatest softball player in Kent State history, got inducted into the Kent State Hall of Fame this year.
Like how you were telling me, sometimes I'm not.
Great career there, and has had a great pro career. That one just slipped out of Sokolsky there.
Yep, that's the only. Yep, that's all you can say. I don't know if the ball left her hand funny, or if her arm got hit on the hip. I think that may have happened. Might have caught her on the hip, and then the ball just slipped out of her glove once that happened.
Good, baby.
It's ever so rare you see something like that happen there from a pitcher, because they're so great with their mechanics and their fundamentals.
Yes.
And Grimm with a base hit. A leadoff single for Maddie Grimm. We're going to start the Smoke second inning.
A nice professional swing by Grimm. I'm pretty sure Sokolsky had that errant pitch from a couple of offerings ago in the back of her mind, and Grimm able to take advantage with the leadoff single. Elizabeth Mason takes strike one.
Oh, and 1 the count to Mason. With Grimm with that single. That's missed for a ball. 1-1 the count. That's popped up. And the catch is made for the first out here in the second inning.
And a good job taking charge in that situation by the catcher Nugent, because she had Smith, Sokolsky, and Jones all starting to converge on that play. As Kat Rodriguez will step to the plate. And that's a play usually the catcher dictates if they're going to take it or it's the pitcher that has the second option.
Rodriguez hits it to third. The throw to second for one. Throw to first. In time. Double play. 5-4-3 double play turned by the Vibe. That ends the second inning. Good defense here by the Vibe, Vic.
Okay, great. Jones flips it over to second to Arnett and turns it over to Smith for the inning-ending double play. And we remain scoreless after 2 in this series finale on a Saturday night in Georgia.
Top of the third. Hannah Core will lead it off here for the Vibe. The heart of the order for the Vibe against Autumn Pease. In a scoreless ball game, Victor. Something we have not said. A scoreless game going to a top of the third.
Well, it's a credit to the 2 starting pitchers, Sokolsky and Pease, who they have not been their best, but they've been their best when their best was required of them. And that's why we are entering the top of the third with a 0 in the run column for both sides. So a rarity, as Mr. Lopez just stated.
The 1-0.
Yep. I like that. I like that. Here we go.
Ball and a strike to count. Here to Core.
Yeah, love it.
It's a strike. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Core popped out to short back in the first, and I love how Core just goes to her routine after every pitch. And on the ground, takes his breath and steps in the box and goes to work.
Woo-hoo! Frozen, strike 3 looking. 1 gone here in the third.
And this is where we saw that Tuesday game against the Rise that the Peas got into some trouble. This is where she really started to lock in, throwing off speed. 2 straight pitches almost to the same exact spot, and Core could do nothing but look and head back to the dugout.
First pitch, a strike. 0-1 the count to Hannah Kemison. You wonder if the Vibe will regret having that opportunity that they did, Vic, earlier in this game where they didn't score.
Well, let's remember, Eric, they had first and second and 2 outs in the first. Couldn't get anything home. And, of course, the bases loaded with no outs in the second. Couldn't push anything across. And you're only going to have so many bites of the apple against a lineup like the Smoke before it ends up coming back to haunt you. But the way Sokolsky has pitched so far through the first 2 innings, No harm, no foul as of yet.
Here we go, here we go.
It's their high. 2-1 the count.
Here we go, 3-6. No one better, no one better.
Two and one the count.
Right that spot.
It's missed away. 3-1.
Here we go, here we go.
She's set to throw her 50th pitch.
Got it, 3-6, here we go.
28 strikes, 21 balls so far.
3-1 pitch.
Yeah, yeah, I love that.
It's in there for a strike, and it's full. 3-2.
Here we go.
Vic, the conditions today, there is a lot of heat warnings across the southeast, including Georgia. You wonder if that could play a role as this game goes on.
But with the temperatures right now, 79 degrees.
Yeah.
It's going to be more humidity than anything, but they seem to catch up to the heat of Autumn Pease as she picks up her 5th strikeout.
Number 21, McKenna Smith.
And great location by Pease. Sped up cameras in just enough to pick up her 2nd straight strikeout of the inning and her 5th overall.
Hey, you ready?
So 2 gone here in the 3rd. Ground ball and through, base hit to the left side and into left field. McKenna Smith with a 2-out single.
Number 1, Tyler
Here for the Vibe in the 3rd.
Good job again by McKenna Smith. Aggressive on that first pitch.
Hey, left side, be
Take
ready,
one
left
more
side,
look.
be ready.
Pitch got almost inner 3rd of the zone. Hung a little bit more to plate than I saw than that second look. And McKenna Smith's aboard, and Taina Jones will come to the plate.
Woo-hoo.
Great job.
Foul tip there
Great job,
to
great
Tyrena
job.
Jones. 0-1 the count. As you see, Autumn right now is mixing the speeds very well, Vic.
Mixing the speeds, going to all 4 quadrants, and we saw this the 2nd and 3rd time through the order in her start against the Rise on Tuesday night, and that's how she was really able to rack up that strikeout total.
Yeah, yeah. There we go.
Swing and a miss, and it's quickly ahead 0-2.
There we go. Keep it up. Keep it up. 4-3-6. Ready here, left side. Be ready here.
The 0-2 from Autumn.
Yes. Hey.
The corner just missed ball 1. 1-2 the count.
Trying to catch that,
Like that spot. That's good.
trying to go back door, trying to go to catch that corner. As you see McKenna Smith on at first. The Vibe hoping that Jones can somehow ignite a 2-out rally and bring Sophie Nugent to the plate. She's on deck. If Jones can extend the Vibe 3rd inning.
Go. Spot it. Everybody.
Whew, missed there, 2-2.
It would not surprise me at all, Eric, if she went back door against Jones. That's how she got that strikeout against Hannah Cord to start off the inning.
Out.
Fouled off again.
She went to that spot that I kind of anticipated she would.
Here we go.
Jones able to get enough of the barrel through to foul that one back to the stands. And keep this at bat alive 2-2 in the 3rd.
Yes.
Check swing, popped up to first. Rodriguez is there to make the catch. Side retired. 1-2-3 inning for Autumn and the smoke as he retired the Vibe in order. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Still no score. Welcome back. Some of the faithful here having a good time on this Saturday night watching some PSL softball. There you go, wave to Vic. Well, you know, Vic appreciates the wave, right, Vic?
Of course I do.
There you go. Bottom of the third here, no score. Vic, a rarity. This is the first time this week that the Smoke haven't scored in the first couple of innings.
Well, this is a credit to Lisa Kolsky being able to get those critical outs when she's needed to. And remember, Eric, it looked like the Smoke had a great opportunity in the bottom of the second. They got the Maddie Grimm single, but then Elizabeth Mason fouled out, and Kat Rodriguez hit into a 5-4-3 double play at the end of the inning. So it'll be Michaela Medellin to try and start off the third. It'll be Medellin, then Coleman, before we go to the top of the order, and Janae Jefferson.
Medellin, who had a pinch hit RBI hit last night, takes a ball, 1-0 the count. She'll be followed by Coleman and then Jefferson. 8-9-1 for the Smoke against Sokolsky. Hit up the middle, right to second. Throw to first in time. 4-3 on the ground out. 1 up, 1 down here in the third.
Great job by Sokolsky. Again, being aggressive against this Smoke offense. Now here comes Alex Coleman. And the nod in left field tonight again with the absence of Morgan Howell.
Well, Tapper could be a tricky play, and it will be a tricky play. It's an infield hit for Coleman.
Great job again by Coleman. Saw the defense played back enough where she knew if she laid that bunt down, it would have been a tough play for Sophia Nugent. And that ball landed in an ideal spot right in front of the left-handed box. It took a weird hop where Nugent couldn't even bother to make a throw to first.
Now Janae Jefferson takes ball 1. Jefferson walked back in the first inning. She hits here with 1 on, 1 out in the third. Jefferson hits a ball to deep center field. It's gone. See ya. 2-run homer by Janae Jefferson. Puts the Smoke up 2-0 here in the third.
And just when you worry about the small ball of Janae Jefferson, she takes you deep to center field. To the delight of the young and old fans here on a Saturday night in Lawrenceville, Georgia. You know, by the way, Eric, to update that stat that I talked about earlier in this contest with Coco World we had to play, Janae Jefferson in this series against the Florida Vibe has 8 base hits. She is 8 for 9 in this series. And by the way, Eric, that 1 out that Jefferson had, I thought it was a pop out. It was an out in the air. It was a fly out back in the 3rd inning against the New York Rise. There was a third. Yeah, but it was a third out. It was back in the 3rd inning. Was a fly ball in the series opener. So, Janae Jefferson had not been retired, has been on base now for 7 plate appearances.
That is incredible. 7 straight appearances reaching on base for Janae Jefferson. 6 consecutive hits in official at bats. 2-run homer. She's up 2-0. Give the Smoke a 2-0 lead here in the third.
Yeah, you're so focused on Janae Jefferson's singles and doubles, and then every now and again, if you went over the harder to play like Sokolsky did, she could showcase that power.
It's fouled off. 1-2 to count to Coco. There's been so much talk about Texas softball with them winning the national title for the second year in a row. As Jeff Coco fouls it off. Tegan Cavan and Reese Atwood, and rightfully so, getting a lot of attention. But Janae Jefferson is still right there, Victor, in the conversation for greatest Texas Longhorn hitter of all time.
Well, you look at the numbers, you look at the productivity she had, multiple-time All-American.
Coco taps that. Foul.
Stay right there, 3 out of 8, out of 8.
And a cool little incentive when anytime a foul ball gets hit, a fan gets a foul ball, they return it back to the merchandise booth and they get themselves a nice little award for returning the softballs back. Coco Woolery will hopefully make another young fan happy as she fouls that one off again.
One-two pitch from Sokolsky. Coco lines a base hit into left center. Coco gets on.
All right, that's how you get a hard hit right here.
One-on-one out here in the third is Coco. You can see why, Vic. They moved her up to the 2 spot.
Yeah, and the thing with Woolery is that she's like Janae Jefferson. She's going to take a lot of pitches. She really battled with Sokolsky in that 1-2 count before she was finally able to get that ball in play and sliced it past the shortstop, Hevelin, and will bring up Jackson.
Jasmine Jackson takes the strike. Struck out in her first at bat. Hitting here with Coco at first base. Two now, the count. Good 2 pitch. Good foul. Oh, 2 to count here to Jackson. Sokolsky pitched well through the first 2+ innings here. Ahead of the count, 0-2. Just missed. 1-2 the count.
Well, I'll tell you what, this home plate umpire has been consistent in terms of not getting that river pitch to Sokolsky or P so far tonight.
Jackson with a pop-up to second. They're going to double off. Coco was going on there on that pitch for a double play to end the inning. So a hit and run there did not work for the Smoke. But a 2-run homer by Janae Jefferson gives the Smoke a 2-0 lead through 3.
Shout out to our youngsters that grabbed that fly ball. I hope y'all get it over to the merchandising booth and get your treat.
That was a hell of a ball.
There you go. I see that.
Hell of a ball. Oh, how about the mic?
Everybody, let's get into it. Get stoned, get started, get started. If you're having a good time tonight, let me hear you. If you're having a good time tonight, let me hear you
top of the fourth inning.
Sophia Nugent.
The Smoke with a 2-0 lead. Autumn Pease back to work. A 2-run lead to work with this time here in the fourth inning. This third and final game of this 3-game series between the Smoke and the Vibe. First pitch to Sophia Nugent. Low for a ball. Nugent will be followed by Callie Havlin and Arnett. 7, 8, 9 in the Vibe lineup. 1-0 is fouled off. 1-1.
I was taking a look, Eric, at the box score from Pease's start on Tuesday night versus the Rise, where she recorded 11 strikeouts. 7 of those 11 strikeouts she had against the Rise came after the third inning. So this is a time where Autumn Pease, especially when she has a lead to work with, really locks in. It becomes even darn near unhittable, especially after the opportunities missed by the Vibe. They've stranded 6 already tonight, including the bases loaded with no outs in the second. And how large is that looming with that Jefferson home run in the bottom of the third to give the Smoke the lead?
1-2 pitch.
Yeah!
Got her.
Good job!
Right on cue, Victor, as Autumn gets the strikeout here to start the fourth.
That's her 6th strikeout of the game, as we're starting to see Autumn Pease really lock in with that connection she has with the catcher Elizabeth Mason. They were kind of talking things out during that second inning. Looks like they found their rhythm. Pease has struck out 3 of the last 5 hitters she's faced.
Good start!
It's a strike there, and it's 0-1, and she's getting ahead of the Vibe hitters here.
Something that we didn't see from Pease that first time through the order against the Vibe.
Did Callie Holder swing? They appeal?
Great job! Great job!
She did not. So now Autumn ahead here. 0-2.
Yeah! That's what
Woo!
I'm talking about!
Strike 3 looking. And Callie knew it right away. 2 gone here in the fourth.
Number 32.
That's one of those pitches. That's one of those pitches where you're a hitter. About that.
So 2 gone here in the fourth.
Good read, watch it be, watch it
First
be.
pitch, a ball to Arnett here. 1-0 the count to Arnett. Autumn on the 1-0. It's a strike. It's a 1-1 count. One pitch. Base hit to the left side. Heather Arnett with a 2-out single here for the Vibe in the fourth.
Hey, we got top! We got top!
That's what made Heather Arnett the leading hitter in Division II this past season for Pittsburgh State, hitting .565
Great top!
in her senior season. No, folks, I did not misspeak. That was her batting average in her senior year.
Good start! Good start!
Abby Dayton takes a strike. It's 0-1 the count. Could you say that average again?
565.
Among the best in Division II.
The best in Division II.
One the count.
Ah, Mason, where is it?
Is there 1-1?
Good, good. I like that, I like that, I like that. Great
She's not the
job,
first
great
Division II
job.
player to end up playing professionally in softball here in the States, but one of the most recent. Dayton now with a 1-1 count.
Good God, I saw you, I saw you, I
Just
saw you.
missed
Here
there.
we go.
2-1.
Here we go, here we go.
You know, by the way, if you think that that was just a one-year wonder for Arnett, her worst season as a hitter was her freshman year, where all she did, Eric, was hit 376 and had 26 stolen bases. So you can understand why Florida Vibe owner Ryan Moore made the call to bring Arnett up to the roster.
2-1 is popped up to short. Coco Woolley is there to make the catch. We are through 3.5 here in Lawrenceville. Smoke still with a 2-0 lead.
If only the freedom now. Y'all make sure to check us on PFLandSmoke.com. Check out that schedule. That game's coming up this Monday at Smoke. Number 8, it's Kaylee Harding.
Here we go, wait, here we go.
Yeah, Kaylee.
Now inside to Kaylee Harding as we're in the fourth. 82-0 lead in favor of the Atlanta Smoke. Victor Anderson here with you alongside Eric Lopez. 4-5-6 due up for Atlanta in the bottom of the fourth. Kaylee Harding, Maddie Grimm, and Elizabeth Mason taking on Elise Sokolsky. So they made one mistake tonight. That was to Janae Jefferson with a 2-run shot. Well, maybe two mistakes. Harding deep and gone. Kaylee Harding will circle the bases for her 6th home run of the year, and she extends the Smoke lead to 3-0. Harding capping off a red-hot week that started 8 days ago with a 2-home run game against Birmingham.
She's on top of it. She's on top of it.
And she knew that ball was gone the moment it left her bat. An absolute missile extends the lead for Atlanta. As Maddie Grimm comes to the plate, goes after the first pitch, fouls that one back.
They just don't waste time there, Victor.
No, they don't.
Hey, I appreciate you filling in there. I mean, I thought I had time for a quick restroom break, and clearly I was
You
wrong.
can never, Eric, the one thing that you learn with this Atlanta Smoke lineup, you better be back in your position before the inning starts. Otherwise, you're going to miss stuff like that.
Boy, that is so true. Swing and a miss. Boy, Maddie Grimm, you really cannot blink with this offense.
Let's go, baby. Takes one.
So it is a 3-0 lead for the Smoke.
Go, baby.
Grimm takes for a ball. Especially when Mason's coming to the play, right? You know, people like their Hardings. I mean, there's all of them. I mean, it's just Harding.
There's, Eric, as we said when this homestand started on Monday night, as Grimm will drop that one to right center field. That will drop out the bottom of the fence, and Maddie Grimm is up at second with the double. As we said, Eric, in this when the homestand started, there is no rest in any part of this Atlanta Smoke lineup. Grimm showcases why as he drops that double, splits that one between Core and Dayton.
How about Maddie Grimm, 2 for 2, the veteran professional hitter. And it might be it for Sokolsky.
She pitched
Victor,
well.
it seemed like the Smoke made adjustments to Sokolsky there.
Oh, they absolutely did. They pitched what she handled herself well as she got there the first time through the lineup, but then she gave up that bunt single to Coleman, gave up a 2-run home run to Janae Jefferson, and things started to de-escalate quickly for the Vibe as Sokolsky will hand the ball to Kirsten Deal. Kirsten Deal, the one-time Oklahoma Sooner.
First appearance of this series for Deal.
Your Deal, now it's all about getting a couple of outs, getting yourself some confidence, and not letting this game get further away from you. You're still within striking distance. You still see the Smoke in front of you with that 3-0 lead, but as you kind of referenced, we kind of seen, Eric, at the start of this inning with that Kaylee Harding home run, it can get away from teams very quickly if you let the innings and the base runners continue to pile up.
Well, Vic, give a recap again on the home run there to start the inning. It was a blink of an eye.
Kaylee Harding, the moment that ball made contact with the bat, she knew that was going to leave the yard off the offering from Sokolsky. Then it gave the Vibe a 3-0 lead. Take one more look at that beautiful swing. Harding knew it, the coaches knew it, everybody in the stadium knew it.
Next up, number 5, it's Elizabeth Mason.
Here comes Elizabeth Mason. Take strike one. Mason fouled out back to Nugent in the second. Maddie Grimm on at second base. Mason takes that one. Well, that one will get out of the reach of McKenna Smith. The answer is yes. And almost collides with Dayton, chasing that foul ball down.
Here we go, 5. Here we go. Hey, doing the job here.
Nobody out here at the bottom of the fourth. The Smoke with a 3-0 lead. Using the long ball to acquire all their runs. A 2-run shot for Janae Jefferson and a solo blast from Kaylee Harding here in the fourth. Kirsten Deal taking over in the circle for Lisa Kolsky. She went 3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Grimm at second, her responsibility. And the 0-2 misses down and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Elizabeth Mason. Kat Rodriguez on deck for the Smoke. Same pitch by Deal, same result, 2-2. Deal, the former Oklahoma Sooner. Joining her former teammate, Abby Dayton, this year on the Vibe. Mason takes a 2-2. Slices that foul past McKenna Smith. Right in front of Smoke assistant coach Bianca Bell.
Hey, you win, Liz.
Smoke has scored 23 runs in the first 2 games of this series so far. Looking to sweep not just this series, but this homestand. Another 2-2 from Deal. Good looking pitch, misses his spot. It's a full count. Let me see. So a big situation, Eric, with Mason. Full count coming up. Grimm at second and Rodriguez on deck.
Take that all day right there. Good. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I think Grimm took a little awkward slide in the landing from second to third. Here comes Cat Rodriguez.
So Rodriguez here at the plate. It's a strike from Deal, the rookie out of Oklahoma. Runner at third and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th.
I love the little foul ball right there, too. I know.
Rodriguez takes high for a ball. 1-1 to count. What do you think, Vic? Is a squeeze play here in play here if you're the Smokers?
It depends on where the alignment of the infield is for Rodriguez, but knowing her, let me put it to you this way. Cat Rodriguez did not become an All-American in North Carolina by doing a squeeze play.
That she did not. She's ahead of the count here, 2-1. That is fouled off. And it's 2-2, and that certainly takes any consideration out of it.
Here we go. No doubt. Find a way. Battle, freeze, battle.
Two balls, 2 strikes to count. Rodriguez fouls it off as Rodriguez right now just trying to find something, Vic, she can handle to at least get it out of, get it in deep play to get that run in from third.
Yeah, that'll be a huge opportunity for Rodriguez with Medellin coming to the plate. And yes, Eric, that is Hannah Kamazin, who came in relief in the series opener Thursday, warming up in the bullpen. You see Deal trying to get her signs on the same page with Sophia Nugent. And also coming out with Nugent, and they'll allow Cat Rodriguez to have a quick chat with her coaching.
Yeah, how about Deal and Nugent reunited? Both were in Oklahoma early in their young careers before Nugent went on to Tennessee.
When you told me to take my watch off today, it reminded me at UTA, obviously, like, you're not supposed to have
Deal here with a 2-2 count.
Like, nobody thinks about mid-majors, like, it's fine.
Runner at third and Grimm with 1 out. It's low outside, and Rodriguez has worked the count full, 3-2.
I didn't get it. More so like a big deal. Yeah.
Payoff pitch. Ball 4, and Rodriguez earns the walk. And runners at the corners with 1 out.
Hey, good spot for you right here.
Yeah, you saw Nugent asked what that last pitch was. That looked, I thought that could have been strike 3 there, Eric. That's a real tough take for Rodriguez. And you saw she waited an extra second before she was able to head over to first base.
Strike, it's 0-1 to count.
Caleb Medellin from Cal Baptist, by way of Long Beach State, to the plate.
Good.
Just misses outside. Very
1-1 to
anxious.
count.
You see a very anxious head coach for the Vibe, Mike Scott, over in that dugout.
That's it. Keep swinging. Good.
These young fans, Eric, have been running around looking for those foul balls so they can get themselves some free swag over in the merchandise area.
See you get 2-5. Here we go. See it right.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Medellin. Alex Coleman on deck. Kirsten Deals.
Yes.
It's another foul ball. Count stays 1-2. You just kind of get that feeling that the Smoke are a couple of hits away from really breaking this game open. Already got a run across in a Harding home run. They have runners at the corners.
Good.
Another one fouled off by Medellin. We'll do it again, 1-2. Medellin was a first-team all-WAC selection this past season for Cal Baptist, as the Lancers made it to the NCAA tournament for the first time as a Division I program. Now getting a chance to extend her career. That one low and outside. Evens up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Maddie Grimm at third. Kat Rodriguez at first. 3-0 lead for the Smoke in the bottom of the 4th. Trying to wrap up this home stand. A perfect 5-0. Medellin can't catch up to the heat from Deals. He goes down swinging, 2 down. First strikeout of the night for Kirsten Deal. Rolls that one high and inside the Medellin. It'll be up to Alex Coleman to extend this inning for Atlanta. Coleman with a bunt single back in the 3rd. That set up the Janae Jefferson home run to get the Smoke on the board. Takes out one for strike 1. Sokolsky pitched the first 3 innings. Grimm, who's at third, still is on Sokolsky's ticket, if you will. Nice stop behind the plate by Nugent. Keeps Rodriguez at first, and importantly, Grimm at third. Actually, Rodriguez able to advance to second base. So second and third now for the Smoke. A base hit by Coleman could bring their lead to 4, possibly 5-0. Fouls off. Just catches off the glove of Nugent. Makes it 1-2.
Stay there. Shoot it under.
Big at bat right now for Kirsten Deal, because looming on deck is the scorching hot Janae Jefferson, who has reached base all but 1 time in this series. Coleman will make Deal think about it just a few seconds more. Yes.
Battle.
The Vine can stay in the game if Deal can get this out.
Good eye. Good eye.
Mm.
Hey, that was good. Good tag.
Look good there.
Trust it.
Keep
Look.
battling, keep battling.
What do you think Deal throws here?
I think she tries to get Coleman to chase something with a little break down outside.
See you. Stay there. Slow down.
Foul that pitch off.
Slow down. Slow down.
Good battle, good battle. Here we go.
Such a big moment here. 2 on, 2 out.
When this pitch out.
Oh, she went inside, and it's ball 3.
Good. Yes, Al. Stay there. Stay there.
Out of it, out of it.
Another great looking pitch from Deal there.
Hey, great at bat working 10. Out of the way, keep battling.
Keep trusting.
Mm.
No. Oh,
I don't know about that one. I don't know. You gotta have a goldfish memory right after that pitch.
and a swing and a miss and a strikeout. Deal gets the K to end the inning. Smoke strained 2, but Vic, the smoke had an important run.
Kaylee Harding with the leadoff blast in the 4th inning extends their lead to 3-0 at the 4 on a Saturday night in Lawrenceville.
Here in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Heading to the top of the 5th. Smoke with a 3-0 lead. Eric Lopez here alongside Victor Anderson, the versatile one. On this Saturday evening. What's been your thoughts so far in this game, Vic?
Well, Eric, it's kind of been a microcosm of this homestand for the Smoke. Janae Jefferson getting on base, the long ball being the key part of the offense, and strong starting pitching, particularly from Autumn Pease. And again, missed opportunities from the Vibe. They've traded 7 on base through the first 4 innings, had first and second, 2 outs, couldn't get anything home. Bases loaded, nobody out in the second, couldn't get anything home. And those are the opportunities that have eventually come back to hurt them as we're going into this 5th inning, and they're down 3-0.
And yet, Victor, I think if you're Mike Scott and the Vibe, you still feel pretty good where you're at here. Down only 3.
All things considered, you're taking. But the question is, as you start to run out of time and run out of outs, and the way Autumn Pease has really started to lock in, 4 strikeouts in the last 2 innings, 7 for the game overall. You start to think, you start to wonder, do you start to press? And that may cause those Pease strikeout numbers to increase pretty quickly.
Ooh, that one got away from Autumn, and did it hit? It hit Blizzard, but the question is, did it hit Blizzard?
All right, the umpire automatically ruled dead ball. I don't think. Hey, Bob, they're gonna bring her back. I think it. Did it hit the? It might. Did it? I think. Let's see if it hit the knob of the bat.
It might have.
Yeah. Unfortunate break for Autumn Keys. So instead of having the leadoff runner on, it's 0-1.
That's popped up foul out of play. What did you think of that one, Vic? Hey, now, her reaction would suggest it did hit the back. She didn't really react like, oh, I got hit.
It's one of those situations, Eric, where as a batter, you know if it's anything right at the knob of the bat, if it's going to hit primarily knob or it's primarily hand. Because if it hit her hand, especially on that outside of her pinky, then she would have felt it and she would have been shaking her hand and going over to first. But because of the non-reaction, as you alluded to, that's why the home plate umpire was right there, and he had the best and heard the sound and said immediately signaled dead ball, and brought her back home. Brought her back to home plate.
1-2 pitch. Hit to the right side. Ooh, that took a wicked turn. What a bounce there, Vic. It went foul. I don't think Rodriguez, who's not a natural first baseman, she'd be the first to tell you that. I don't think she saw that coming at all.
Well, Rodriguez was in perfect position there to get that ground ball, and then boom. Because if that ball lands normally, that probably hits Rodriguez somewhere in the chest. She recovers, and she'll probably either tag out Blizzard or step on first base.
There's a check swing foul, and it's 1-2.
So give Rodriguez, Eric, credit for being in position, ready to handle that little bouncer before it took that, in Kat's case, that quick left turn, right turn for those of you watching our broadcast tonight, and landed foul.
She jams her back to Autumn. Will flip to first in time to retire Blizzard for the first out here in the 5th inning. Boy, that first base side has been weird in this series, Vic. We've had players stumble over there in the foul territory of first base, and then you see that ball took just a weird turn.
And let's remember, Eric, with a lot of these players fresh out of college, they were just getting acclimated to the double base at first base this past collegiate season. So being back to that singular first base, particularly on the running side of things.
Meanwhile, that ball is hit to deep left and gone. See ya. Solo home run as the Vibe get on the board on a solo home run, and it's 3-1, and now in favor of the Smoke here in the 5th inning on a solo homer by Hannah Core.
A great swing by Hannah Core. She was able to make that adjustment from her last at bat when she went down swinging. It was the same exact pitch she got frozen on with that strikeout. Was able to attack it early, make great contact, and clear it over left center field to get the Vibe on the board and break up the Peas shutout.
So a solo shot for Core. It's 3-1. Hannah Kamazin now at the plate. Here against Autumn. Swings as misses. Of course, Hannah Core, a lot of people, probably one of the more famous home runs she hit to tie the Arkansas Razorbacks at the World Series in Oklahoma City just a month ago. A little bit over a month ago. Dramatic moment there in the World Series, and a dramatic moment here for Core to try to get the Vibes offense going, which continues here with Kamazin with a single to the left side into left field. A 1-out single for Kamazin, and the Vibe now coming to life.
And we kind of had a feeling, Eric, that the way they've been getting, they haven't been able to string great at-bats consistently together against Autumn Keys in terms with their bats. But now you get the Core home run. Now the Hannah Kamazin single to the left side. And here comes the time run to the plate in the form of McKenna Smith.
Smith, right-handed hitter, takes low. Keep in mind, Jordan Johnson pitched a complete game last night. So the Smoke bullpen is fresh. Smoke had to use a lot of arms in the first game of this series to beat the Vibe. That's missed 2-0.
I like that pitch.
So Pease was a little flustered about that last pitch being called a ball. She thought she hit her target.
Hey, right back to you. Here, go, AP. Yeah, D.
Now she's down 3-0 the count, Vic.
And one pitch away from putting the tying run on base. As you see, Hannah Cameron's in at first after that single.
See if Smith takes here on 3-0. She does, and gets herself a walk. 2 on, 1 out here in the 5th for the Vibe. And you wonder if that could be it for Autumn. We're going to have a visit here at the circle here, Victor.
As you see pitching coach Kat Tarvin have a talk with the Smoke infield. And give Pease a little time to kind of recalibrate, reset herself. I'm intrigued to see what Coach Scott does in this situation with Jones at the plate. Jones scheduled to hit. We saw Alexis Papillo be in the on-deck circle during that Smith at bat.
Pease. Here's her evening, Vic.
Well, it's been an evening that's been a bit of a mixed bag. The walks have been unusually high for her. She's allowed 3 walks. She's hit a batter, almost hit a second. Has 7 strikeouts. So they only made 1 mistake, that Hannah Core home run. Has Tiana Jones to the plate with the tying runs on base on a 2-run game.
She stays in, but misses. 1-0 the count to Jones. So Jones hitting here. With 2 on, 1 out. That's missed high. Keep in mind, Nugent's the scheduled hitter on deck. They could pinch hit for her with Papillo and move Smith to catcher if they choose to do that. I think it'll depend on what the situation is here.
Or you can have Papillo at the plate catching and he moves Smith over to third.
Sure. Jones bloops a single to right. They'll hold the runner at third, and the Vibe with bases loaded and 1 out here in the 5th.
And now now this is where what Mike Scott can do here will be critical. Great work by Jones. Have been struggling all series long. Got a pitch down and in, and does just enough. And the bases are loaded.
Roll this middle, roll this middle.
But Nugent will hit here.
So Nugent, the right-handed hitter, to hit here against Autumn. Bases loaded, 1 out. First pitch, a strike. Perhaps the thinking here, Vic, is you want to save Papillo. You got the bottom of the order coming up. Maybe you save her for later. Plus, Nugent has good power. Has a single in this game, 1 for 2 tonight. It's there, 1-1 the count. The question on the other side, if you're Trip McKay and the Smoke staff, is how much do you stay with Autumn here?
Well, let's remember, she worked her way out of a bases loaded jam in the second inning. Granted, that was nobody out. And the game was still scoreless. Now you have a 2-run lead to protect with the bases loaded and 1 down.
She gets Nugent to foul that off. The count is 1-2.
We're battling.
Big moment in this ball game. Ball at 2 strikes, bases loaded, 1 out. Nugent versus Autumn Pease. Autumn to the side from her catcher and delivers. And fouled off. Nugent doing a nice job staying alive there.
Yeah, Heavelin waiting on deck. And if Nugent is somehow able, and that might be the spot, Eric, as you referenced.
Here we go, D.
Depending on how Nugent's at bat goes, you could see Alexis Papillo come in as a pinch hitter. But we shall see after this at bat if that is the case.
Battle is on here between Nugent and Autumn Pease. There you see Callie Haviland right now is on deck. She is the scheduled hitter for the Vibe.
But you do see,
You see Papillo right there, Victor. You've alluded to her. She's ready though to get her number called.
yeah,
She's got her
if
helmet
she
on.
Yeah, if she does get her number called, it's either gonna be
Great job.
for Heavelin if Nugent's retired with 2 down, or if Nugent gets on base somehow, maybe for Arnett, if her spot of the order comes up in the 5th.
The 1-2 is high, 2-2. And you can sense now the pressure, every pitch magnified here. The Vibe looking to salvage a game in this 3-game series. The Smoke looking for a sweep and go 5-0 in this homestand. The 2-2, and that jam popped up. Foul territory. There's room as Coco Woolley comes over from short to make the catch as Nugent fouls out for the 2nd out here in the 5th.
Great job by Woolley coming from behind and calling off Kaylee Harding.
31 to 22.
And there it is, Vic. We just heard it. Alexis Papillo is going to pinch hit right now. She will pitch hit for Callie Howland. It will hit here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. So Mike Scott using up all his options here. First pitch to Papillo is missed for a ball. 1-0 the count.
Hey, got an AP. Here you go.
The 1-0. There's a strike. It's a ball and a strike to count.
There were 2 spots, Eric, earlier in this contest where we said this will be the moment of the game. One of them was 2 outs with the bases loaded for the Vibe in the 2nd. And this is by far the biggest moment of the game right here. Bases loaded, 2 out, pinch hitter Papillo at the plate.
The 1-1. That's fouled off, and it's 1-2. So now Autumn is a strike away from getting out of this jam. Can she get out of a bases loaded jam for the 2nd time in this ball game? She did in the 2nd inning. She's ahead 1-2 on Papillo. Papillo fouls it off.
They're making Autumn Pease work in this 5th inning. And getting that pitch count higher and higher and higher. Pease already, she's eclipsed 100 pitches already.
Now Autumn's just trying to get out of this inning and preserve the 2-run lead. That's away, 2-2.
Keep working, keep out. Head away.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Autumn on a 2-2 count. Reaching for it there is Papillo to foul it off. Right now, nobody's giving an inch here, Vic.
No, sir. It's all about who's going to be able to execute their game plan the best in a situation like this, especially when you have such a critical moment of the game. You're up by 2 if you're to smoke. Pease trying to protect that lead. Papillo pitch hitting, trying to possibly tie or give the Vibe the lead.
Autumn with a 2-2 count. Papillo reached for it. Donnie Goldboard is warming up in the Smoke bullpen. Goldboard started the first game of this series. But right now, the battle is between Papillo and Autumn Pease. Autumn delivers on the 2-2. Papillo right to Harding. Will throw to first in time to retire Papillo and the 5 here in the 5th. Autumn Pease gets out of a bases loaded jam for the 2nd time in this game. Still maintains the Smokes 3-1 lead through 4.5. Welcome back. You're at the Gwinnett Softball Complex in Lawrenceville, Georgia. A lot of youngsters out here tonight to watch the PSL. Eric Lopez and Victor Anderson. And Vic, some Smoke fans probably taking a deep breath after that top half of the inning where the Autumn Pease for the 2nd time in the ball game gets out of a bases loaded jam without giving up a run. She did give up the home run to Core in that inning, but only one. That was the only one that she would give up.
And now again, when you're dealing with the lineup like the Smoke, opportunities like that are not going to come very often. So you have to capitalize when you can, especially when you have Jefferson, Woolery, and Jackson, the top of the Smoke order coming up here in the 5th.
here's Jefferson, who right now is the difference in the ball game. Hit a 2-run homer in her second at bat after walking in the first inning. She's got a 1-1 count here against Kirsten Deal. How about this? Texas versus Oklahoma here. If you're into the rivalry there. It's a strike with Jefferson, the Texas alum, and Deal, the Oklahoma alum. The two programs that have combined to win the last 6 national championships in Division I college softball. Deal ahead of Jefferson, 1-2. Deal with their high 2-2.
And don't forget Nugent behind the plate, who herself was a Oklahoma Sooner before she transferred to Tennessee.
Yes, man. Here you go. Bring it, baby.
2-2. Jefferson fouls it off.
You win, man. You win.
How many of the Vibe now left on base, Victor?
10 left on base for the Vibe.
That's a big part of the story here.
They've had runners on base in every inning, and they have yet to record a hit. They've only had 1 hit with the runner in scoring position. That was the Taina Jones single in the 5th. And that's been it.
Ooh, that is missed. Ball 3. Close. And the count is full.
I will say this. If you're a softball fan or a softball player, all you ask is for the umpires to be consistent with their zones. And our umpire behind the plate has been consistent tonight with that outside zone, or lack thereof, from the Vibe perspective.
Jefferson pulls it foul.
Keep going there. You win.
That might be near one of the parking lots there. 3-2 the count to Jefferson.
So good that you win, too.
And Jefferson hits it to left, but it is caught for the first out here in the 5th, and for the first time since game 1 of this series on Thursday night, Janae Jefferson is retired in an at-bat.
Now marked 7 plate appearances. Marked 8 appearances from Jefferson. Had reached base safely before that fly out to left.
Coco Woolley now at the plate. That's remarkable. Yeah, especially in this sport. It's such a random sport where you can hit it as hard as you can. It can be right at people. A lot of randomness. What a streak for Jefferson. Meanwhile, Coco down in the count here, 0-2 against Deal, who throwing very well here since coming in relief, Victor.
It's been solid. She came in after the Maddie Grimm double back in the 4th. Fought the batters, struck out 2. Both of those back-to-back strikeouts after the Smoke had 2nd and 3rd and 1 out in that 4th inning.
Got her. Kirsten Deal with a strikeout of Coco Woolley for the 2nd out here in the 5th.
Think about the reason why this game is still 3-1. Kirsten Deal keeping this game at the time 3-0 after that Kaylee Harding home run to start off the 4th. Came in, got the 2 strikeouts, and out of the 3rd with Woolley, she's ahead against Jasmine Jackson 0-1.
It's looking like the former All Big 12 pitcher that she was at Oklahoma.
Yeah, 12. Yeah, 12.
Facing Jackson here, who has struck out and grounded out in this game.
Good, baby.
That's now a count of 1-1. Such a completely different game, Victor, than what we have seen in the first 2 games of this series.
Yeah, low scoring, pitching has been the calling card, and you have to give respect to Kirsten Deal, what she's been able to do to keep the vibe in it.
Swinging a miss there. Even Sokolsky, too, gave a good
Yeah.
start.
Sokolsky only really made Eric 2 mistakes. The 2-run home run to Jefferson in the 3rd, and the solo blast to Harding to lead off the 4th.
1-2. Jackson pokes it to right, and it's caught for the second out of the, or for
That's
the
the
third
final
out of the inning. Quick 1-2-3 inning for Deal. We are through 5 here in Lawrenceville. Smoke still up 3-1. A beautiful Saturday night. Skies there, a little purplish. Here in Lawrenceville, Georgia. For this 3rd and final game of this 3-game series between the Smoke and the Vibe. Pitching has been the story of this ball game to this point. The Smoke leading 3-1. Vic is just saw Kirsten Deal getting the 1-2-3 fifth inning. Reminder, there's your next Smoke game. Monday night against the Chattanooga Chill. Watch that on AWSA. Here, Autumn P still in to start the 6th. A bunt attempt there by Arnett, the number 9 hitter for the Vibe, is fouled off. And Vic, I was thrown off in that last half inning. How about the top of the order for the first time this week, retired in order?
Yeah, especially when you came off the top of the 5th inning where Autumn Pease worked out of another bases loaded circumstance. And she would deal with Arnett, Dayton, and Blizzard. 9-1-2 for the Vibe. And Eric, I want to give a slight correction. I referenced in Arnett's at bat in the 4th inning how she hit .565 as Pittsburgh State. She still led the nation in Division II, but she only hit .525 as a senior 2026. Only .525.
Ball and a strike to count. It's it to second. Jefferson quick to first in time.
Stop! Stop!
1 up, 1 down here in the 6th. Now back to the top of the order. And Abby Dayton. And that's, if you're the Vibe, the good news is you got some of your best hitters who will still have a chance to hit one more time in this ball game. See what Dayton has done here tonight. First pitch, ball 1. Want to know the count. Ground ball. Harding. Throw to first in time. 5-3 on the ground out. And that's a huge out because Abby Dayton is off the base pads. She is retired for the second out here in the 6th.
And now if you're Autumn Pease, you just have to focus with Blizzard to the plate, who she's been successful against. She's 0 for 3 tonight, grounded out back to Rodriguez, lead off the 5th, her last time to the plate.
Did she go? They appealed over to third base. They said yes. And won the count. To Kara Blizzard. And that's a comebacker to Autumn Pease, who flipped to first for an easy 1-2-3 6th inning for Autumn Pease and the Smoke. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Smoke still with a 3-1 lead. There's a young fan, Hayes, showing off some dancing moves here, Victor.
I know for a fact I cannot dance like Hayes can. I just want to state that for the record right now.
Getting applause there. Having a good time here. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Smoke hanging on to a 3-1 lead. They're 3 defensive outs away from a sweep here against the Florida Vibe and go 5-0 on this homestand, but they will have Kaylee Harding to lead it off. She'll be followed by Grimm and Mason, and see if the Smoke, Victor, can add some runs here and a bit of a cushion here for Autumn Pease. This is the lowest scoring game the Smoke has been involved with by far in this homestand.
Well, give credit to Kirsten Deals. Ever since she came in the 4th inning, she struck out 3. He's only allowed 1 base runner. That was to walk to Kat Rodriguez in the 4th. And has given the Vibe an opportunity to still be in this ball game, in spite the Vibe leaving 10 runners on base, including the bases loaded twice in the 2nd and the 5th.
The 1-0. It's 2-0. Yeah, they did not score either time with the bases loaded. Of course, Deal played at Oklahoma, was part of a couple of national championships. Including one against Florida State back in 2023. Of course, that is the alma mater of Harding. Who homered in that 4th inning, Vic.
And that was the last run the Smoke would have so far tonight.
That missed for a ball. Yeah, the Smoke went up 3-0. Grimm got a hit. And they were threatening to break it open, Victor, in that inning. Had 2 up, but as you mentioned, Deal came in relief and shut the door.
Yeah, 2nd and 3rd, and 1 out. And Deal got back-to-back strikeouts to end the threat, and that's the closest either team has scored. And that was the closest the Smoke would come to scoring since then.
Count is full here, 3-2.
Good work, Kate.
Payoff pitch from Deal.
Great job.
Harding to the right side of second. Throw to first in time as Arnett makes the play. 4-3 on the ground out. That's 6 in a row retired now by Deal.
And again, Kirsten Deal, and that was a sneaky nice play by Arnett over at second base. Ball could have took a very high bounce. We've seen that ground be the issue some of these infielders tonight and all through the homestand, but Arnett made that look easy.
Good, baby.
Maddie Grimm, who's 2 for 2 tonight, takes ball 1. Yeah, you've been hyping up Arnett's bat hitting in Division II. How about that glove work?
And she's someone she had a phenomenal play to start the series Thursday night. On a head first catch of a ball that was hit behind third base when she got to start at shortstop in the series opener.
Count is 1-1 to Grimm.
Here we go, baby.
Inside, ball 2. 2-1 the count to Grimm. Two-one pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count is even at 2-2. Of course, keep in mind, this is Deal's first appearance in this series. She didn't pitch in either Thursday or Friday, so it was interesting they saved her for this moment.
And something, Eric, to keep in mind, if these two teams meet up in the PSL Championship Series next month in Birmingham.
Yep. 2-2. Swing and a miss! Deal right now is showing to be the real deal, if you will, with the strikeout of Grimm for the second out.
Deal just breaks that one up and a little bit outside, and Grimm cannot catch up to a 4th strikeout for Kirsten Deal. She's done her job in the circle, Eric, but the issue has been the Vibe doing their job at the plate off Autumn Pease.
Mason now at the plate, as Deal has retired 7 smoke hitters in a row. You got to go back a couple of weeks for the last time somebody's done that against the Smoke, if at all. The 1-0.
Okay.
Got the strike, and it's a 1-1 count. Mason 0 for 2 tonight. He's off that away. 2-1.
Let's move 5. Here we go.
Heart of the order scheduled to hit for the Vibe at the top of the 7th.
Nice and smooth. Let's fly.
Deal, and you could tell, I mean, it's such a humid night here in Lawrenceville, Georgia. The heat
Look,
index
even though,
was up
yeah,
there today.
and also, Eric, let's remember, even though it's 79 degrees, it's that humidity is probably 65 to 70% right now. So it's 79, but it's gonna feel, it makes it feel like it's 85 to 90. So everything's feeling a little stickier. You see Deal going to the towel, trying to get some of that clay from behind the circle, trying to keep her hand dry and keep that grip proper.
It's there, and it's 3-1. Three balls and a strike to count to Mason.
Win it, Liz. Win it, Liz.
Mason fouls it off, and the count is full. 3-2.
Down there all day. Keep out of 5.
3-2 the count here. Kristen Deal trying to keep it a 2-run deficit and give her Vibe a chance in the top half of the 7th. Mason trying to extend the inning. Fouls that off.
Good job right there, 5. Out of the way. Stay right there.
Full count here to Mason. That's missed up high, ball 4. Mason draws a 2-out walk here in the 6th.
Great eye by Mason there.
Dallas.
After fouling off several pitches during that at bat against Deal.
Looks like they're going to pinch run for Mason here, Vic.
Not surprised. 2-1 lead. You want a chance to try and extend it.
Thanks, Coach.
It'll be Dallas Goodnight tagged with that responsibility.
It's a good option to have there. Good night now at first base, pitch running.
33 is Cat Rodriguez.
Cat Rodriguez will step in. 1 on, 2 out for Rodriguez. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Reach for it, popped it up, and it goes out of play. Crowd, oh, they're letting it have it here. They're
Dude,
here.
and he said, and they're properly getting on the man because, dude, no, it's not
He said
6'7".
there's a bobble.
No, it's not 6'7". The foul ball is more important than your phone. You're gonna put the phone. You had enough time to put the phone in your pocket and get both hands out there to make the catch, good sir.
Let's see. I don't know. Well, let's need to look at that. I will see if that is accurate what you're describing here. Let's take a look here. You're blaming a phone for this. Let's see.
Look.
Look, he's got it in position. Oh, I don't even know if that ball's catchable.
What's this, the NFL?
I think so. I don't think that's catchable.
Okay, they don't even know what a catch is in the NFL,
See,
number
he says,
one.
no, it's not the phone's fault. It just wasn't catchable. So
Whatever.
Rodriguez pops it up. And the
That
catch is made.
that pop-up we know was catchable.
Yes, it was. No phones on that one. We are through 6 here in Lawrenceville. Smoke with a 3-1 lead. Trying to wrap it up. Welcome back. Here are the highlights in case you're just joining us in this ball game. You see Janae Jefferson with a 2-run homer in the 3rd. Gave the Smoke a 2-0 lead. The home run by Hannah Core got the Vibe on the board in the top of the 5th. Made it a 3-1 score at the time. That's where we're at now. The long ball has been the story in this game, Vic, as far as the offense, because neither team has been able to hit with runners in scoring position.
Especially the Vibe. The Vibe only have 1 hit with a runner in scoring position tonight. They have left 10 on base, including the bases loaded twice. And the Smoke fans of all ages and sizes hoping that Autumn Pease can shut the door and close out this homestand 5-0.
She had a battle through getting out of 2 bases loaded jams in this ball game back in the 2nd and in the 5th inning. And here she will open against Hannah Core, who took her deep in their last at-bat back in the 5th inning. It will be Core, followed by Hannah Camazin, McKenna Smith, the scheduled hitters for the Vibe. Heart of the order, 3-4-5. This pitch by Core is fouled off. You surprised Autumn's still in here, Vic?
No, not whatsoever. You think about it, Eric. Again, she gets out of that bases loaded situation in the 5th inning. She's used more her defense to her advantage in these last few innings, as her pitch count has grown to 113 right now.
They're 1-1. Certainly the 6th inning, the 1-2-3 6th inning likely helped persuade the Smoke staff to at least start her off here in the 7th inning here, even despite that workload you just described.
It's all about earning your outs in this opportunity.
The 1-1. Strike, and it's 1-2 to Core. Autumn, who pitched a complete game victory on Tuesday night against the New York Rise. Delivers the 1-2. Core reaches for it, fouls it off to stay alive.
I hope that was on video.
Now went towards the
That'd be cool.
Vibe dugout. Almost clipped there. Assistant at first base, Aaron Spy. Oh, assistant at first base.
One and two the count. Low, 2-2. Again, if Core gets on, or anybody here gets on for the Vibe, that would bring the tying run to the plate. Two-two.
Yes. Yeah.
Core. Grounder foul. Outside of Thursday night's game this week, the Smoke have gotten complete games. Other 3 wins. The 2-2. Ooh, up and in, and it's full. 3-2 to Core.
Almost caught Core. That top hand of hers. Ooh.
The payoff pitch. Missed her and lost her with a pitch outside. Ball forward, a walk to Core. She reaches to start the 7th, and that will bring the tying run to the plate for the Vibe.
And it's Hannah Camazin to the plate. Autumn Pease is going to have to earn these final 3 outs. 119 pitches for Pease this evening.
See Camazoo's walked and singled in this game. Swings away and fouls it off. It's
You
0-1.
heard me just say that, right?
The issue for these 2 teams, Eric, hasn't been getting runners on base. The issue has been getting the hits with runners in scoring position. The Vibe have a chance to get another runner in scoring position if Camazin can get on board. Whoop.
Oh, that
That
got
off.
away.
No, that caught the umpire. That's why it got away.
Hit him straight in the helmet.
Anna Core took second.
It hit the umpire. Take one more look. Mason missed the P's pitch, and our home plate umpire
You're all right, we love you.
caught the brunt of it. So the vibe with the runner in scoring position. Take one more look here. Oof.
That's why they wear the mask.
Fortunate it just caught him on the side. Fortunate it just caught him on the left side of the mask. He didn't catch him dead flush.
Ball and a strike to count. Runner at second, nobody out with Core advancing on that play. There's a strike. And Autumn right now digging deep here. Ahead 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Scotter! A huge strikeout for Autumn. And she gets Kamazit for the first out here in the 7th.
8th strikeout for Autumn Pease, but her first since the 4th inning. What a time for her to get it.
Left side, be ready!
Hannah Kamazin cannot catch up to it. And here comes McKenna. And here comes Smith.
McKenna Smith now at the plate. 1 for 2 tonight here against Autumn. Swings at the first pitch, pops it up foul, out of play to the stands.
Cannot confirm or deny if a fan actually went for that foul ball or blamed the phone us an excuse not to go after it.
I can't believe you're still blaming the phone.
I was simply making an observation of what happened on that previous pitch.
0-1 the count to Smith. It's a corner, got it in there, and it's 0-2. That's the pitch Autumn's been trying to work on all night. Oh, and 2 the count. That one just a little bit too high outside, but going kind of the same location, Vic.
Yeah. See, well, trying to find that corner, trying to find that outside zone, which is a pitch that the hitters have not gotten with much regularity tonight.
Keep it up!
1-2, and Smith hits it to deep left. That's going to drop in for a hit. Core is going to score from second as McKenna Smith delivers with an RBI.